imaginary friend. Imaginary friends. Our friends made entirely out of our own imagination. Were they to be however big, small, happy, or weird we made them out to be? Now for most of you in this room, if a person of your age were to walk up to you and say, I have an imaginary friend, what would you think? Cool? Or perhaps you think that this person has absolutely no friends and just might be, well, crazy. But why is it that a lot of us think this? Is having an imaginary friend really such a bad thing? Our imaginary friends tend to begin at an early age. As children, we would spend time with our friends throughout the day, creating adventures with them, and engaging in conversations about anything we wanted to. It is often said for children that as soon as they go to school, this imaginary friend will just be forgotten. But it turns out that children do hold on to their imaginary friends, but they don't talk to them, for they're afraid of being made fun of. Peer pressure in kindergarten. It sounds a bit ridiculous to me, but nonetheless, it's sad. Children already having boundaries set on their imaginations. Many people may not know, but having an imaginary friend has great effects on children. Children with imaginary friends develop language skills faster than children without them, for they're able to practice conversations more. Imaginary friends also provide comfort when a child is lonely or stressed. And even small children aren't always comfortable with talking to their parents about their problems. So what better person to talk to than your imaginary friend, who will always listen to you, no matter what. Children also get the feeling of being controlled too much, but having an imaginary friend gives them the feeling of being in control for once in their life. People assume that people only invent imaginary friends because they're lonely. Though is it that hard to believe that maybe they're just for fun too? Sometimes it's nice to just have someone to talk to about anything you want at any time you want, to joke with or have serious conversations with. I still remember my imaginary friend. I actually had many, all different animals and creatures I made up in my head. Though my first imaginary friend was Skye. He was a screw and he was my friend. Not my best and only friend, but he was there when I wanted him to be. I used to draw him all the time with the rest of my imaginary friends, in their imaginary house, in imaginary land, where the currency was, of course, imaginary money. I had many adventures with Skye and my other imaginary friends, whether it be climbing a mountain, fishing, or just going to the grocery store. But like most who have had imaginary friends, slowly they begin to leave your mind and stray further and further from the warmth of your heart. Skye and others became just a memory, a lost, forgotten, but ever so pleasant memory of all our adventures. Maybe we can all go back to the time we were kids, when our imaginations were reality, when everything didn't have to make sense, a time when no boundaries were set in our imagination, and everything was just fun, a time when we all had imaginary friends. Maybe there are imaginary friends in us right now, just waiting to come out. I guess it just depends if you're crazy enough to let imagination and reality combine.